Okay. If you have a yoga strap, we are going to use it. This is another one of those figure it out moments. If you don't have a yoga strap, figure it out. Towel, shirt, blanket. Blankets are a little bulky, but you get the idea. We're going to start down on our back with our right foot in the strap and the knee is bent. And then with the knee bent, kind of give the strap some weight. So elbows can be up off the ground so that you actually feel like there's some weight, but then you're not pulling with the arms actively. You're just kind of letting the elbows drop and let that serve as the weight on the strap. And then with the knee bent, feel that thigh bone kind of, you're going into a deep flexion here. So move the thigh bone kind of deep into the hip sockets. Push the foot into the strap without straightening the leg. So there's this sense of equal pressure down and up. Left leg is active and awake. And then slowly, kind of like I don't know if you've ever ridden a horse. I hope you have at some point in time, with reins or without. But if you have reins in your hand, you kind of ease up as the foot pushes away, giving that leg some freedom to straighten. And there is no reason to pull your leg toward your face. You can literally just take it straight up to the sky. And take a few breaths here. And just see what greets you today on your mat as we begin our practice. And then rebend the leg. And then just slide the left leg in, or the foot. And we'll do that on the other side. So starting in the bent knee, kind of going up a little bit on the strap so that you've got some weight with elbows bent, knee bent. So not everything that feels good on my body is going to feel good on your body. This feels so good on my body. But just notice how it feels. That's not the right answer. Like, it feeling good is not the right answer. There's no right answer here. There's no wrong answer. It just is. But if something feels bad, maybe there's a way to make it feel better. And that's where I encourage you to explore. That's another way. Exploration is like the same thing as figure it out, right? It's just a nicer way of saying it. Start to straighten the leg. Ease up on the strap. And then rebend that leg. Sneak the right leg in. You can do all this without the strap too, just holding onto the legs. Take both legs straight. And then kind of push out into that strap with the feet. Push the pinky toes wide. Again, I am not pulling the legs in front of my face. I'm just going straight up to the sky. One more full breath in. Bend both of the knees. Take the strap, towel, tool off to the side. And then make your way onto your hands and your knees. If you just came in, I'm Maeve. Glad you're here. Take your right leg straight out to the side. Push the foot down, toes are pointing straight ahead. And you're going to shift your hips back. And then shift your hips forward. Just make sure that I'm on screen and you can see my foot. You can pin my video. I have it on grid view just because I really like to see all of you and really get the sense of being in class with you. But you can take my video and pin it if you'd like. Good. Find your center. Lift that leg up and back. Take a little pause here. Tuck the left toes. Come into three-legged dog. Bend the right knee if it feels good. Open the hip up. Lift the left shoulder away from the ground. So keeping the shoulders fairly square to the front of the mat without being rigid about it. And then right knee to right tricep. Lift up higher. Place the right foot outside of the right hand. And then come forward with the chest. Really powerful back leg. If you have blocks, definitely consider using them here. Press the right foot down a lot. And then pull it back toward the left foot on a diagonal. Push the left foot down, pull it toward the right foot on a diagonal. Take one more breath in, and then put your left knee down. Keep the leg wide, and then you're just gonna turn this hip open a little bit. So a little bit less conventional, Ardha Hanumanasana. That right foot's turned a little open, the whole leg is turned a little bit open. Pull the heart forward, shift the hips back. And then shifting forward, sweep the right leg back and then place it down. Left leg straight out to the left side. You're gonna go back and front a few times here. Yeah. So left toes pointing forward. See how much of your left foot you can root into the ground. Yes. Really nice, yeah. Come through center, tuck the right toes. Take that left leg back. Lift up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip if it feels good. Keep lifting the right shoulder up a bit. And then your left knee is going to come to your left shoulder, or your tricep, or your elbow. You're going to try to lift the knee a little higher, and then place your left foot outside of your left hand. There is this beautiful sort of counteraction here, sinking down and rising up simultaneously. Press the feet down like you could imprint your feet through your mat, through the floor, to leave your mark like wet cement. And then pull the feet toward each other. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And then right knee comes down. You're going to keep this left leg wide. And then just a variation on half splits, so that this left leg is turned a little open, the foot's turned a little open, digging down into that heel, pulling the heart forward. And then shift forward. This time step back to plank. Keep it about 5 breaths in plank. Eyes to the sky, tailbone for your heels. Broaden the collarbones. Front ribs gently rise away from the ground. And downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhale to plank. Downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhale, plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Downward facing dog. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale forward. Down dog, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Come halfway with your inhale. Fold down with your exhale. Rise, inhale. Sweep the hands to the sky. Little pause here, take a few breaths. So don't worry about what your shoulders are doing. Just reach your fingers for the sky like crazy. Go as high as you can. Feel that expansion. Beautiful. Take one more breath in and bring your hands into your heart. Release your hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Fold back down, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Yes, use your legs. Draw your hands into your heart, exhale. 2 more like that, inhale, rise up. Bow, exhale. Halfway, inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway, inhale. Right foot steps back. Crescent pose, rise up. Take a couple breaths here. Pull the feet toward each other. Inhale. Bring your hands down to the ground, exhale. Step back to plank and lower to your belly. Shalabhasana, stretch the feet back, stretch the hands back, curl the heart up. And then downward facing dog, exhale. Right foot steps forward. Crescent pose, rise up. Take a few breaths here. And then top of the mat, hands and feet forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. And hands into your heart, exhale. Yes, inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway, inhale. Left foot steps back. Rise to crescent, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step to plank with an inhale. And to your belly with your exhale. Cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Hands top of the mat, feet top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. And bow down, exhale. Rise, inhale. Hands into your heart, exhale. Rising up, inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway, inhale. Plank, step back. Pause, take a breath in. You choose. Halfway down for chaturanga, the floor. Up dog, cobra, shalabhasana. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Look where you're going, feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Bow right back down, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Your path to down dog. Lift your heels, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway up, inhale. Bow back down, exhale. Rise, inhale. Pause, full breath, release it out, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Make your way to down dog. Rise to your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, feet to hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. Peak of the breath, peak of the pose. Let it all go, forward fold. Halfway, inhale. Make your way to down dog. Yes. Beautiful. From downward facing dog, right leg stretches back. Right knee to right elbow, right to right. Lift a little higher, and then step your right foot outside of your right hand. Good. Pull your chest forward. We've been here. Good. I'm just going to turn a little bit on an angle so that hopefully this all makes sense. You're going to bring your left knee up to your left tricep. Let's take a little pause here. You're not doing anything other than that. So you're standing on your right leg. Left knee up on that tricep. And then right hand's going to sneak out to the side, and we're going to open into half moon. Finding length in every sort of space of the body, every segment of the body. Bend the front knee, lean a little forward, and then reach the left leg back, warrior two. One more breath in. Bring your hands down to the ground. And again, your path to down dog. Yeah, really, really nice. From dog, left leg stretches back. Left knee to your left shoulder, your tricep, your elbow, whatever you can get to. And then lift the knee a little higher and step the foot outside of your left hand. Come onto the fingertips, pull the heart forward. And then get lighter in this right leg and just bring your right knee to your right tricep. And then sneak that left hand out to the side. And then opening up into half moon. I've somehow managed to put myself right into the furniture. I'm just going to move myself. I'm going to figure it out. Yeah. Fantastic. Can you balance your weight in your standing foot a bit more? Can you imagine that this right foot is plugged into a wall and the weight in that would be balanced? And then bend the standing leg, tip forward a little bit. Let that be your counter to reach back with the right leg and arrive in warrior two. Last inhale. Bring the hands around, step back. Your path to dog. Right leg back, inhale. Same thing, right knee, right tricep. Nice and high, step the foot forward. Left knee comes to left tricep. And then Malasana, step the left foot forward, sinking down. Really nice, yes, beautiful. Let it be like spacious as you need it to be. Nice, Jordan, beautiful, yes. Good. Beautiful. Release your hands down. Lift your hips just a little bit. Take your left leg, extend it out and to the side. Dig that heel in and just kind of pull back on the hips. I'm just going to give you a straight on view here. So believe it or not, the left leg is a little bit like you're in Ardha Hanumanasana. And then come back into Malasana. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you have a yoga block, you're going to find it. If you don't have one, don't worry. You're going to lie down on your back. You're going to put the block at your knees, and you're going to bring your elbows to the block. So you can make it a little wider if you want, narrower, you decide what feels good. I'm going to go narrow here. If you don't have a block, you're doing the exact same thing without the block. Breathe here. Curl the shoulders up. Take your right leg up. Bring it back in. Left leg out. Bring it back in. Take an inhale. Right leg exhales. Inhale it in. Left leg exhales. You get the idea. You're just moving with your breath. If your cadence is not the same as mine, do not worry. Move with your breath. Let your breath feed this movement. And I'm also not attached to where you place the inhale or where you place the exhale. So if it feels better to exhale the knee in rather than exhaling it out, go for it. Just breathe in conjunction with your movement. That's my big request. That's my ask. Last two, one on each side. We're going to come up into boat pose. You can put the block off to the side. Legs can be straight, knees can be bent. Good. Now, as if you were going into Baddha Konasana, bring the feet together. Bend the knees out to the side. Take the big toes. Awesome. Yep. And then see if you can just start to push the feet away. The same way we did when we had our foot in the strap in the very, very beginning. The legs may not straighten, and that's okay. Use the push of the heels away to lift the heart taller, to broaden across the chest and the collarbones. You're going to cross at the shins. Make your way to down dog. From downward facing dog, left leg stretches back, left leg back. Bring your knee to your tricep, nice and high. Lift it even higher, step the foot outside your left hand. Come up onto the fingertips, right knee to your right tricep. Just take a breath here, lift as high as you can, and then Malasana. Good. Beautiful. Release the hands down, kick this right leg forward, and then kind of dig that heel down to pull back on that right hip a bit. So rather than thinking of alignment here, or for any of this really, we're just making shapes. We're exploring the body and we're making shapes. Good. Bring the foot back into Malasana. Good. Lift the hips up a bit and then squeeze your knees into your shoulders. Good. Tip your heart forward. Plant your hands down on the ground. Lift your heels up. You don't have to go into crow, but if you're there for it and it feels like a good idea, you just start to shift forward. Scoop the belly in. Think of when we had that block between the elbows and the knees. Maybe the feet float up. Gently draw the thumbs a little bit toward each other energetically and spiral the pinky fingers out. Beautiful. Your path back to downward facing dog. Yes. Right leg reaches back with an inhale. Right knee, right elbow, shoulder, tricep, something in that window. Inhale back. And then cross to the left. Inhale back. And then exhale, place your foot forward. Good. Pull the heart forward. Bring your hands toward your heart. Come into warrior three, please. Good. You're going to start to pull your left knee toward your chest. You're going to rise up and take the knee out wide. And you're going to see if you can find your heel with your left hand. Yeah. And then right hand to your right hip. And then notice where I was. Like, this is where I want to go initially. Stand it up. Just stand it up. And then maybe start to kick that foot out any amount. So it feels a little bit like happy baby standing. Or half happy baby standing. Broaden the collarbones. Broaden the chest. So good. I'm just going to turn toward you. Yeah. So there's a push and a pull. Pull back on that heel. Yes. Beautiful. Good. Don't overthink this. Arms up, leg out in front, however high it wants to be. Do your best not to lean back. Take another breath in. And then take your hands down. Take this left leg back behind you. Bring your hands all the way down to the ground, please. Left knee onto your left tricep. Right knee is at your heart. So right knee is at your heart. Left elbow or tricep and knee are together. Stay there. Or start to shift forward. Tip the heart forward. And then maybe pick up the right leg. Maybe take it back. And then find your way through to down dog. So we just snuck in a single leg crow pose. If you got it, great. If you didn't get it, great. Doesn't matter. We're just making shapes. We're just making shapes. Left leg back, inhale. Left knee, left elbow, shoulder, tricep, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, cross. Inhale back. Exhale, bring your left foot forward. Shift forward, tip forward. Warrior three. Find your center. Balance your weight in that standing leg. Draw up on the whole leg, inner and outer leg. Reach the right foot away, reach the right leg away. Use your right hip to keep that leg lifted. And then exhale, draw up, take that knee out wide. The right knee, that is. Find the heel if you can. Like a half happy baby, standing up. Arms are going to come up overhead. Right leg is going to extend out in front. And then we start to slowly take this right leg back. You're going to frame your left foot with your hands. And that places your left knee kind of at your heart, the center of your chest. And then right knee comes to your right tricep. And then maybe tip forward a little bit. Get lighter in that left heel. And then maybe that left leg lifts up and back. And then make your way through. It's just a transition to down dog. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, right shoulder. Lift higher, and then place the right foot outside your right hand. Take your right hand to your calf, and then see if you can just slide the shoulder a little deeper underneath the knee. And I'm going to give you like a whole slew of options. The first one is just stay here. The first one is stay here. Second option, back knee drops down to the ground. Your hands come at about shoulder's distance and they move a little bit behind the line of the right heel. Maybe the fingertips are at about the line of the right heel. And then you get lighter in the right heel. And then you tip forward. From there, maybe straighten the back leg, and then maybe lift that leg up. Good. Come back out the same way you came in. So don't just fly out of it. Come back in the same way you came in. Half splits again. So I've got that same angle we had at the beginning of class, but if you prefer to make it a little more classic, you can draw the foot more toward the center line. But explore it. Maybe try something different for today. And then shift forward. Left hand, left foot. Consider taking this right heel with your right hand, just like we did standing up. Exact same shape, we're just turned sideways. Vashisthasana with like a half happy baby. It's nonsense, right? Maybe start to straighten that leg out. And then your pathway to down dog. Take a moment, just pause, see how all this is landing on you today. There's no right or wrong answer, there is only what it is. How is this landing on you today? And then just remember that we're just simply creating shapes. Left leg stretches back. And then left knee, left shoulder, lift higher with the knee and place the foot outside your hand. Good. And then lift the hips a little bit. Bring your left hand to your left calf and just see if maybe the left shoulder wants to sneak inside that knee a little bit. And then we've got all of those same options. Right knee can come down. Bring the hands back a little bit more probably. Lift up the left heel initially, and then take the leg out on an angle. Maybe the right knee lifts up. Maybe the right foot lifts up. Pull the heart forward. And then back out the same way you came in, and then into half splits, maybe with that front leg on a bit of an angle. And then shifting forward. Right hand, right foot, Vashisthasana. Maybe take your left heel with your left hand. And you've got like that half happy baby shape. And then maybe you straighten out that top leg. And then your path to down dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway up, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair. Press up to stand. And draw your hands into your heart with your exhale. Yes. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, offer your heart. Exhale, take it back through either straight to down dog or your chaturanga variation. Take a breath in, right knee into your chest, place your right foot forward. Left heel roots, warrior one, rise up. Lift the front of the hips up. Sink down, imprint the feet, release your hands. Plank inhale. Your exhale takes you to down dog in some way. Pause, inhale in dog. Left knee forward, place the foot. Root right, warrior one, rise up. Couple breaths. Release your hands down. Plank with your inhale. Nice wise choice here to how you get to down dog. Inhale to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, feet to hands. Come onto the toes. Sink the hips, pull the heart forward. Get the knees into the triceps. Look a little forward. Start to tip forward, come into crow, Bakasana. You don't have to lift up. You can stay with the feet on the ground here. And we're going to take it right back to down dog in some fashion. From dog, right foot steps forward. Root and rise. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, release. Inhale and plank. And then your path. You've got tons and tons of time. If you haven't figured that out yet, we got some pauses here. Left foot forward. Please don't feel rushed in this sun salute. Rising up. Warrior one. Releasing the hands. Plank with your inhale. And then your choice to down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees. Feet to your hands, come right into toe stand. Crow. I should have given you the option if you're comfortable jumping into crow, of course you can go there. I've got really loose shoulders, so I kind of resist that. And then when you're ready, we go back to down dog. Take a breath in. Right foot forward, exhale. Warrior one, rise up. Last time. Release out. Plank inhale. And then your path. Take a breath here. Left foot forward, exhale. Rise. Release. Plank. And then belly. Lowers or right to down dog. Your back bend. And we meet in down dog. So last time coming to crow from down dog. If you are comfortable jumping into crow, lift the heels, bend the knees. You're going to slow the brakes down. Take off. And then back to down dog. Inhale, right leg back. Right knee, right tricep. Lift higher. Place that right foot outside of your foot. Yes, or outside your hand. Your foot outside your foot. Your foot outside of your hand. Okay. I'm going to turn a little bit here. Left knee comes up. And around. Good. We've been here. Take it up and back. Half moon. Open up. Good. Bend the front leg. Bring the left hand back around. Left knee onto your left tricep. right knee kind of comes out to the side. And then see if you can straighten this right leg out. Yeah. And then back, vinyasa. Or down dog. Don't worry. You have a second side to give that a shot. We're just making shapes. I don't want to put names on anything. We're just making shapes. Breathe. Left leg back, inhale. Knee up, shoulder, tricep, elbow. Lift higher, step the foot forward. Pull the heart forward. Bring this right leg around. Dig the heel in, kind of sink the hips back. I know it's awkward, but so is that crow version, right? Good, open up, half moon. Good, right hand comes back down. Right knee comes onto your right tricep. So take your left knee and kind of send it out on an angle toward the outside of the left arm. And then shoot the leg out and see if you can pick up the right leg. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then make your way back. Beautiful. All the way to down dog. If you need a child's pose, if you need something else, if you need a stretch on your wrists, whatever you might need, you do it now. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Malasana. And whatever feels right with your arms. You don't have to bring your hands to your heart. That feels right. So I'm trying my best to remind myself of what I've done in previous classes and actually do some repetition in some of these trickier poses, because otherwise we see them once every 2 months, right? And then, I'm saying in my class, you might see it in other people's classes as well, but I am trying to have some sense of repetition with also different points of entry to postures to see how many different ways we can get to something. There's not always one course to one shape. Stay in Malasana, or lift your hips a little, pull your heart forward. Maybe stay here pushing the elbows into the shins, pulling the heart forward. This is perfect. Or, I'm going to keep adding on. Drop the torso down, bring your hands to the back of your calves, and then start to pull the shoulders one at a time underneath and inside of the knees. You can move the feet, they don't have to stay right where they are. And then maybe the hands come behind the heels on the ground, and then you sit your hamstrings onto your elbows. And you get light in the heels, you start to lift the heart up, and then start to send the legs out, Titivasana, squeezing in. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're gonna come back out the same way we came in, shifting back forward, and then everyone forward fold, please. First 2 fingers and thumbs wrap your big toes, create a lock here, push the big toes down, pull the heart forward, and then elbows go wide, melt down. Good. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Move yourself so you're kind of toward the center of your mat, because I had you walk toward the back of your mat, and then I moved all around, and now I'm at the middle of my mat, so come to the middle of your mat. Okay, we're going to go through that again, because you want to do it more than once. So option 1, Malasana. Option 2, kind of like a bear pose, using the arms into the legs to create some length and space, and I like this as an entry point for getting into Titivasana, to create that length, that sense of pressing arms and legs together. Then if you want, hands come behind the heels, the Achilles to the calves, and then wriggle through. Hands to the ground. Sink back. And then, woo, lifting up. Sometimes we fall on our booty. That happens a lot. And I actually need to go for it a little bit more. And then, wherever you are, if you want, you can come through to crow, and then to downward facing dog. Vinyasa, chaturanga vinyasa, or not. And then bring your knees down to the ground. And flip to your backs, please. Nice work. If you have blocks, consider putting your blocks a little wider than your hips and putting your feet on top of the blocks. Just consider it. Arms at the sides, press down and bridge up. So very spacious bridge. Even if you don't have blocks, consider taking your feet a little wider than your hips, just a new shape and bridge. Press your toes down. Press the center of the heel down. And draw the heels towards your shoulders gently. One more breath in. And then releasing down, exhale. If you love the blocks, keep them. If you didn't, move them off to the side. See, nothing's permanent. And then bridge again, or upward facing bow. Rise with your inhale. Smooth out your breath. Give it some care. Last inhale, and then release with your exhale. Take a pause, and then just receive the pose. How do you feel? What do you need? Sometimes you need to just be still. If you'd like one more back bend, it doesn't have to be one of these two. It could be any back bend that you like. Set it up. Rise, inhale. And then releasing down slowly. Take both legs out straight on the ground. Turn your palms to the sky, arms at your side. Just take a pause. And if you have a strap, find it, or a towel, or right leg comes up. You can also just hold on to your leg at the hamstring. Just like we started. Elbows are up off the ground, so hold up a little high so that you've got that weight of the arms, knees bent on the right side, left leg is strong. Just feel the weight of the arms against the leg, and then gently press the foot away without straightening the leg. And then slowly begin to straighten the leg. And then maybe at this point, without pulling the strap in like crazy towards you, or the leg in crazy towards you, just start to see if that leg wants to come toward you a bit. If it feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. And then keep the pressure of the foot pushing away, or the leg into the hands, or whatever it is that connection is, so that there's an equal opposition. Keep the right hand and right leg connected, strap on the leg wherever it might be We're going to open out to the right, left arm out to the left. Inhale, rise back to center. Bend the right leg and then just sneak that left foot in. Release the right leg. We'll start the same way here. Foot is pushing into the strap or into your hands and the knee is bent. The arms are like not pulling, just dead weight. Not dead weight, but heavy. Little weights. Sinkers. And then slowly, keeping some of that resistance in the arms, start to straighten the left leg. Maybe the leg comes in toward you. So if you have tons of mobility here, I don't want you to feel bad about that. Just like I don't want you to feel bad if you don't have a ton of mobility. We're given what we're given. We're working within these parameters with love and kindness, appreciation for our body. Right arm out to the right, and then left side opens up. Good. Inhale, draw back to center. Soften the left knee. Put the right foot in. Hold the strap. Push both legs away. So you can stay here. This is wonderful. If you're very comfortable in shoulder stand or plow pose, you are welcome to go into shoulder stand or plow pose. If after all of those arm balances you're like, I need a handstand, by all means, pop up, do a handstand. This is your moment to get in any poses that you feel like you need. Not all, but like the most pressing, important ones. Good. If you're in a shoulder stand, start to come to plow pose. And then slowly rolling out with control. And then everyone hug your knees into your chest. Drop the knees in some configuration that feels good. Over to the right, take your left arm out to the side. Back to center. And then switch your twist, please. Draw back to center. And then just decide how you want to finish your practice today. If it's in Shavasana, lie down. If you'd like to come upright, sitting in meditation, Beautiful. You decide. It doesn't have to be flat on your back either. It could be supported, Supta Baddha Konasana, or even legs up the wall. If you're lying down, just start to find movement that will lead you back to seated or up to seated. And then once you're seated, bring your hands together at your heart. And feel the effects of your practice of exploration, breath, making shapes, time with yourself. Inhale together. Exhale, bow your mind to your heart. Rise with an inhale, let your eyes open gently. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for sharing your practice. If you have any questions, please let me know.